And welcome back inside Delaware Live Weekly. It's been a long hiatus, but we're happy to be back with the Christiana Buffalo Wild Wings here live tonight on another Wednesday. Nick Alessandrini joined by Mike Lang, my co-host tonight. Mike stepping up here, and Jason Winchell, of course, going to be a little three-man crew for you tonight. Nick and Pops behind the scenes, but should be an action-packed show in our return here to the Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got the Caravel and St Elizabeths girls basketball teams in the house tonight. You'll have a chance to see both of them here up with us in just a little bit. But guys, before we get going, how's it feel? It's been a couple weeks, maybe I think a month or more. How are we feeling to be back?
Well, we came in, I forgot how the tables got set up. We do this every week, and I forgot which tables went where. It took us a while to get the lay of the land again, but good to be back and good to see the inside of Buffalo Wild Wings again.
Yeah, right. Jay, how you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been before the football state championship. So
it's colder now than it was.
Mid-December, yeah. So it's good to be back.
And again, we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight. Again, you'll hear from both the Caravel and St. Elizabeth girls basketball teams. They'll join us in just a little while. We've got another edition of Top Plays to bring you live here tonight. We'll debut them here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And also we have a little roundtable talk coming up in a little while. We'll have a little discussion on some things here in the state of Delaware in terms of sports. So a lot to get into. So guys, just to look back here quickly, we had a game on Saturday afternoon. Glenn had a chance to do that one. Seaford and Middletown. Jay, just want to talk a little bit about that one. It was a big matchup at the time coming in. Seaford, the top-ranked team in the state, and Middletown hovering around that top 5 range. What did you see on Saturday?
Yeah, actually, Middletown was number 8, and you'll see the new rankings in a little bit, but that wouldn't help propel them up the rankings. But it was one of those games for 3 quarters. It looked like Middletown was going to run away with it. Then Seaford has a run in the 4th quarter and takes the lead late in the game. But both teams struggled in the foul line in that 4th quarter and really kept both teams in it. And at the end, Middletown just made enough plays to get out of there with the home win. And, that was a good home win for them. And for the 3rd week out of 4, a number 1 team went down. So it's going to be one of those years this year in boys basketball.
Yeah, and Mike, we had some basketball all weekend long. That on Saturday, Sunday, they postponement of Friday's matchup that was scheduled between Sally's and St. Elizabeths, 2 Catholic schools that you know very well. And that one, a good one as well on Sunday, at least through the first half.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch it a little bit after the fact. I went back and watched some of it. Really a struggle offensively for both teams. They finally, Sally's got on track a little bit earlier with St. E's. By that time, it was just too late for the Vikings, but they did put up some points in the 4th quarter. But everybody looks at Salesiana's record. J1 at that point, I think they were 1-6, and they're saying, well, what's going on with Salesiana? I'll tell you what's going on. They played the murderer's row of the Philadelphia Public and Catholic leagues, and they took their lumps, but they're ready to go for the in-state schedule. They have DMA on Monday night on Martin Luther King Day, and they got the contributions they needed from Mullen and Darion Williams and a lot of guys, and Sadie's just fell a little too far behind. Good effort by Jeremiah Herring in that game. Sadie's is a good team. They really are, but they just fell too far behind. The shooting just wasn't there.
Yeah, and again, coming off, since the last time we've all spoken, the audience and us, St. Elizabeth's coming off that Viking Invitational Championship in the holiday tournament with the win over Polytech. So again, St. Elizabeth is a good team. Sally's, though, better on Sunday. As mentioned, Sally is going to be looking to improve that record once they start to get that in-state schedule going.
Well, you want to talk about an in-state schedule coming up, right? They got DMA on Monday, William Penn on Saturday, Middletown the following Tuesday, Smyrna the following Friday, Appo the week after, with Tower Hill and Sanford that same week. And then St. Mark's, St. E's, and Howard.
Wow, how about that?
So you want to talk about they're going to have close to 38 bonus points at the end of the year, which is equivalent to 19 wins. So when they come out and they're seated in that top 5, I don't want people to complain.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
That's one of the things about the schedule. And then playing those tough teams, you hope that it helps you come tournament time.
Yep, and it absolutely will. We've seen that before. And again, what a schedule they had to begin their season. But we're going to take our first break here tonight. When we come back, we're going to be live with the Caravel girls basketball team again ahead of the big matchup with St. Elizabeths.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union. Your home, your community.
First State Orthopedics statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics statewide has 29
right behind me, and we have a whole ton of them here. And if you guys just want to introduce yourselves, I know most of you, so if you just but people watching don't know. So, Skylar, we'll start with you.
I'm Skylar.
Just
I'm Skylar.
Your grade and position.
Okay. I'm a senior and I'm a guard.
I'm Taylor Wilkins. I'm a senior and I'm a small forward. I'm India Johnston. I'm point guard at Caravel Academy. I'm Olivia Rexroad, and I'm a small forward, but also known as Coach Love.
My name is Riley Panado. I'm a senior, and I'm a small forward.
So those are all your seniors, right? Yeah. And then we have some others back here.
I'm Josiah Crawford. I'm a guard at Caravel.
I'm Anaya Price. I'm a guard at Caravel. I'm Amaya Johnson. I'm a guard.
Give Layla. Yeah, we can't forget Layla.
I'm Layla Glover. I'm a center/small forward at Caravel.
Awesome.
And volleyball commit.
And volleyball, that's right. Can't forget. Yeah, Layla, by the way, fantastic volleyball player. And a lot of you guys are multi-sport athletes, I know. We don't want to just single out one player, but we're here to talk some basketball. You guys play tomorrow night against St Elizabeths, a longtime rival. One of the seniors, I know the seniors are going to be the spokespeople tonight. Just talk about this rivalry. Those of you who've played in this one before, maybe Taylor or India, you could talk about what St. Louis has been like playing in the last couple of years. It looks like it's going to be India.
Okay. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Well, let's talk about the playing St. Elizabeths out, why they're so tough and what that rivalry's been like.
St. E's, they've always been tough every year. So I know it's going to be some competition and they're reigning champs. So, we just got to bring that energy and we should be all right tomorrow.
So this year you guys are 6-4. I think you played more games than anybody in the state. Kristen, maybe you could give us this one. You played at the She-Got game and you played some other tough teams. You played Paul VI, and I know the record's 6-4, and people are like looking at it and say, well, it's 6-4, but obviously you're not playing no competition. You played some really tough games. I imagine that's by design to try to get these guys ready for the postseason and for the second part of the year.
Yeah, no question. That's just the way we do it at Caravel. We're non-conference. There's no team that we have to play. So if you look, we play every top team that we can get in Delaware. And then once we have those spots filled in, we look elsewhere. If you take a look at our losses, they have a combined record that's unbelievable. The guard at Paul VI was incredible. Obviously, Plymouth Whitemarsh is like a machine, a well-oiled machine. The St. Anne's Belfield, they have a kid that is getting recruited by all kinds of teams. So 100% it's by design. We don't care what our record says as long as we're ready come March.
Where's Riley? She's hiding back there somewhere? Oh, right here next to me. Riley, I know, Kristen, you guys had some players that have missed time with either, I know Taylor, you were injured earlier in the season, and I know you guys went through a little, like everybody, going through a little COVID thing. Yep. Riley, you got called on to play some minutes that maybe you hadn't done in the past. Does it feel good that the coach and your teammates have confidence in you to get out there and get the job done?
Yeah, it feels really good to be able to get on the court. I feel like we have all really good chemistry when I'm out there, and I don't know, I love it.
I know, Skylar, you were at Caravel last year, weren't you? Or is this your first year?
This is my first year.
Your first year, okay. So you come in kind of as, I don't say the outsider, but you're coming in looking at things through a different lens than most of these girls have been there for a while. What have you noticed about the Caravel program that you really like?
I think it's a great program. It's like a family, and it's very comfortable to be a part of.
Nick, anything?
I was going to say, and ladies, now just to ask you talked a little bit about the COVIDness and the sickness. How tough has that been for you guys as a team to not having a full roster, maybe not being able to practice to your full capacity with girls missing in and out of the lineup? How has that been, just kind of filling the holes there and trying to play maybe not as you're typically used to?
It's definitely an adjustment that we had to get used to, but I feel like also we're thankful for the depth that we have, and that's something also that was good to experience like our past couple games. So it's good to know we have players that we can combine in with each other, so that's good to know.
Taylor, I know you missed some games, and was it Anaya who missed some games too?
Taylor's been good.
I know Taylor. We saw. I was out there. Anaya and Amaya both missed games. It's are you finally, Kristen or whoever wants to answer? Are you guys finally healthy? You feel like you're finally getting to where you want to be?
Yeah, it took a little while, but we came back and better than we were before.
Looking at the schedule, obviously at St. E's tomorrow. I know you don't look too far ahead, but you guys play the usual really tough in-state schedule. That's got to be fun for you guys. You like you said, you're kind of free agents. You get to play the schedule you want to play. You guys like being able to go up against the best all over the state?
Yeah, can I take that one first?
Yeah, Coach is going to answer this one. Here you go.
Yeah, so, we kind of talked about this today. This is why you play at Caravel Academy. we respect St. E's. It's been such a good rivalry going back. I mean, before these girls' careers even started, it's been, a decade or more. And it's incredible. And it's when it's not, we have 1 or 2 big games a year. Every game is pretty big. And I mean, that's why you play here. And it's a great environment. It's competitive. And tomorrow's going to be a good one. I mean, we respect those guys, and we've had some good battles over the years.
Just looking real quick here, Kristen, obviously you played Tatnall. They're a pretty good team. And Cape Henlope, and you went down there and you beat them. You have St. E's, and then you get Archmere on Saturday. Seaford, who's a good team this year. Delmarva Christian, Woodbridge, Ursuline, and Sanford end the year. So you guys don't duck anybody. It looks like at Caravel.
No, we'll play anybody, and we really believe that. And if you look back at our schedule going back for a long time, we won't duck anybody, and we seek it out. And whether that's in-state or out-of-state, we're not playing for some phony record. We want to prepare ourselves, and that's what we're trying to do every single year. And this year with COVID, it's more challenging than ever, but it's been a great experience. You were talking to Riley, Lauren, Hayden. Those guys played a ton of minutes at Tatnall, and it just it kind of opened my eyes as a coach. We're deeper than I thought we were, and so it turned out to be a great thing for this team.
I want to ask Coach Liv over there. I know with the way things are going with the pandemic, still you guys are down to 2 fans per player. And I talk to kids all the time about what it's like. Not being able to have your schoolmates out there, and maybe your parents are out there, and then a couple of knuckleheads like us to show up. It's got to be a little disappointing, but you guys just put that out of your mind and go out and play basketball?
Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I mean, we love the energy that our student section brings. Like, I know my mom, she's one of the loudest people in the stadium, but she, we really try to pull each other's energy up, and it's probably one of the biggest things we can do for each other is just bounce off each other with our energy.
Yeah, I think we're all a little disappointed. We thought maybe after last year it was finally, we'd be back to having a full gym. And some schools do have full gymnasiums, but I know Caravel made the decision to limit the attendance, and who knows, maybe it's just a couple of weeks. I hope so. So, Nick, what else we got for these guys?
Yeah, and Coach, just quickly, I know, and ladies, you can answer this as well. Obviously, you guys don't like to pay maybe too much attention to the rankings. Everybody's got them now. But you guys obviously up there near the top in the upper half of those rankings, up near the very top. What kind of separates this? I'll get both your perspectives. What kind of separates this group or this team this year, you think? What kind of is something special about them maybe that you haven't seen in other groups?
I think it's just our experience. So when we were really good before was 2019, and we had that whole crop of seniors, and that was when India and Taylor were freshmen. And so that seems like an eternity ago, and that's amazing that those 2 played with that team. But then they graduated, and all of a sudden Taylor and India were the experienced girls on the team as sophomores, and we just needed time to grow. I mean, we had sophomores and freshmen still playing the schedule that we play. So I really think the difference now versus 2 years ago is just we're all older. I mean, then we add some pieces. I mean, getting Skylar, we didn't even know, that she was coming. I didn't know she was coming. And they're like, hey, a kid from Padua transfer. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I remembered her name from back, when we played them. And she's been a great piece. Everybody's getting older. Everybody's working on their game. It doesn't hurt that you have the returning player of the year. I mean, that doesn't hurt either. We have a healthy Taylor Wilkins. I mean, she's an automatic double-double. So, I mean, I think it's just a factor of maturity and just the process that a team has to go through.
Any of the players want to tackle that one?
I also feel like our chemistry is the best what it's been this season, because there's just been times in the past, like, yes, the talent is there, but like internally, like we just kind of break apart because it's not that bond on the court that you need to stick together. So I feel like that's definitely something that's different this year. So. Okay, all right.
India, I know everybody knows you're going to Towson next year, right? It's still going to Towson, and I imagine you don't find it very hard to keep your concentration on Caravel. You must be excited about the future, but I imagine you're all in on the Caravel season and going toward that ultimate goal of playing at we hope at the Bob Carpenter Center in a couple of months. I imagine you're just laser focused on that, right?
Yeah, definitely. My senior year is the biggest year for me, so I'm just working hard, to leave with a bang.
So we know you're going to Towson. The other seniors, do we have plans for the future? Skylar, I know you're also a soccer player, and I know that's your main sport, right? Soccer. I don't know if you guys you don't have to be playing sports in college. You guys know where you're going next year and what you're going to live.
Yeah, I'll be playing field hockey and softball at Delaware Valley University.
Awesome.
So
studying
I'm
what?
really excited. I want to be a veterinarian one day, so I'll major in small animal science and I'll major in animal science.
Ah, that's great. I know a veterinarian. My daughter's a veterinarian. Andy, what are you gonna study down in town?
I want to be a dentist.
A dentist?
Yeah, I know that's out there, but yeah.
Retiring soon.
I want to be a dentist.
Skylar, how about you? Have you decided yet, or are you still thinking?
No, I still have a few schools to hear back from, so I'm not really sure.
And you're looking at soccer, or just going to go to school?
No, I'm not playing soccer.
Not playing, just going to go to school? There's nothing wrong with that. We all had a good time going to school, didn't we? Yeah. Taylor, what are you doing next year?
Same as Skylar, just kind of undecided right now. But I know I want to study in pharmacology, so.
Pharmacology? You the dentist and the vet and the pharmacologist, and then Riley, how about you?
Yeah, I'm still undecided. I have a couple options, but I think I'm going to be playing soccer, but I don't know where yet.
Awesome. So we wanted to ask, that goes right over there. The big question is, if you guys got a gift for your coach for Christmas, what was it?
What'd you get, Coach?
You can't say?
That's a better question.
I didn't give it to her yet.
You didn't? I didn't hear you.
It's ordered, but it didn't.
It didn't arrive yet. Oh, okay.
It's in the mail.
Oh, okay. Well, who got the most unique Christmas gift here? Who thinks? Which one of you guys got the most unique Christmas gift this year?
What did everyone get for Christmas?
You get a beer.
Skylar said we can't answer that question.
Oh no.
Nothing unique. No, we had a dry year. It was a pretty boring year apparently at Christmas for the Caravel.
Standard, I guess. Yeah.
I imagine lots of clothes in there, right? And
Focus on the dynasty
concert tickets? No concert tickets? All right, well, ladies, we will see you tomorrow at 5:30.
5:30.
An unusual matinee start at St Elizabeths, but we'll see you at 5:30 at the St. E Center, and stop by and say hi. We're looking forward to this one, and thanks for doing this for us, Kristen and ladies, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that is it for the Caravel girls basketball team. Thanks to Kristen Caldwell and the Caravel Buccaneers for showing tonight and making this a great segment. We're going to be back with Coach Dan Cooney and his St. Elizabeths Vikings right after this. You're watching the 302 Sports Weekly from Buffalo Wild Wings.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality was founded in
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and...
Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings at the Christiana location. Mike Lang and Nick Alessandrini. And joining us now are representatives from St Elizabeths Vikings, Coach Dan Cooney, and seniors Farrah White and Rory Siskowski. Ladies, Dan, thanks for joining us tonight.
Don't take her
I'm
away.
a
She's
junior.
a junior. Don't
She's a
take her
junior.
away.
Farrah's a junior. I just added a year to Farrah's age.
Yes, you did.
Oh man. Well, you know, I don't know, when you're in high school, that's fine. When you get to be my age, Farrah, it's got to go the other way. You got to make people younger. Anyway, thanks, ladies, for doing this. Got a big game tomorrow night. You had a big game. Well, we played North Charge yesterday, but you had Ursuline over the weekend. Just another night on the St. Elizabeths schedule, huh, Dan?
Yeah. This is what you do. You want to go against the best teams that you can. And you know, we did Saturday night over Ursuline, and then now we got Caravel coming in tomorrow, and it's always two of the best programs in girls basketball in the state of Delaware consistently every year. So it's going to be fun.
We asked Caravel this question. They have, obviously, you guys have played them before, and you know what to expect. What makes Caravel year in, year out? Obviously, the talent level is always there. Why are they so tough, Rory? Can you pull that a little closer to you?
I just think overall they're a good team, and it's always a good game with them.
Brad, what is the best Caravel that you like?
They're always competitive, and they always, bring a good spirit into whatever gym they play in, and they always make the other team play hard and play at their pace and their speed.
And everyone can answer this one. Again, obviously able to pull off a championship run last season. One of the toughest things in sports is being able to repeat, go back to back. You rarely see it, and it's a major accomplishment. What has that kind of been like, obviously starting off the year now and going through all the COVID stuff, and also having the idea, maybe a little bit extra pressure added on because you guys are all the defending state champions? How do you kind of deal with that on a weekly basis?
These kids, the one thing, I don't have a lot of kids back. I graduated 3 kids from last year's team, and we got a whole new group in. I mean, Rory and Farrah and Erica being back, and then Adriana and Riley who come off the bench. But then otherwise, it's a whole young group. I mean, we're except for Rory and Adriana, we're young. I mean, Farrah as a junior, and then we're sophomore, freshman, and an 8th grader. So, we try to explain to the newer kids coming in what they're getting into and what we expect, and we expect to compete every year for that state championship. Last year was wonderful. I mean, we went undefeated. I think probably the only team ever that's gone through an undefeated season, and we were lucky enough to pull that game out against Sanford and win a state championship. And they earned it. Our kids earned it. They worked really hard, and through not normal year.
Yeah, exactly.
They got to wear the mask. You know, we were allowed 2 people in a gym. You know, you couldn't have the crowds. You were playing every day not knowing if the season was going to get canceled again. It got canceled on us the year before that, before the semifinals. So, and it's even this year again. I mean, it didn't go away. COVID's still around, and we kind of say, you know, we got to treat this game where it could possibly be our last. You don't know. But I give these kids, you know, us and every school that's competing, I still don't know how they do it wearing a mask. But they do, and the logic is of all these kids, well, we want to play, and this is the only way we're going to play, is doing it this way, and it just shows a lot of their character.
So for you guys playing, I know St. Elizabeths, you have not restricted attendance, so you still are able to have a student section over. You asked Caravel about, they are down to 2 spectators per player. You know, obviously, we've been to plenty of games at the St. Elizabeths Center. What's it like being on that court and playing there? It can get really loud in there sometimes. What do you guys like about playing at the St. Elizabeths Center?
I really like when our student section comes and shows out, because it just shows their support for us, and we definitely feed off their energy, and that just gets us hype and stuff like that.
How about you, Farrah?
Yeah, our fans are really important to us. You know, I think we always have a good crowd when we play at home, even on the road too. Like, it's always fans. But yeah, I think they do bring a lot of energy and help us and motivate us throughout the course of the game.
Now, Nick, Farrah is usually one of the smallest players on the court, but she's never afraid to go down the middle. Dan, when you see her drive over and over and over down the middle, do you ever think she's not getting off when she goes down there?
Nah, I mean, honestly, I don't really work. Farrah is just so athletic. So athletic, plays the game hard for 32 minutes, nonstop. Kind of like a coach's dream. I'd take 100 of her, and she does. She doesn't have a fear. I'm going to attack you, and you better try to stop me. And I don't care if you're 6'3" or 5'5". I'm coming at you, and the rest of the kids feed off of that, and they see. We put Farrah on the best kid on the other team, the guard. Doesn't complain about it. Just goes out. She's running our offense. When you talk about a quarterback of a team, definitely this year, Farrah's the quarterback.
And then we're not going to leave you out here, Rory. You mentioned the players that you've graduated over the last couple of years. I think, Rory, sometimes we all knew you were out there, but you really have come through this year as probably the main scoring option for the Vikings. Dan, to see Rory emerge like that and really get the attention with all the talent you've had, what's that been like for you to watch Rory be the center of attention a lot of times?
I think it's great, and she's earned it. She's been playing since 8th grade, Farrah too, and they did. We had older kids that they could be back for the years of being the role player. They still had some pressure on them. We were expecting a lot, but you had those other players that would help them out, and then now with graduating Libby and Naya last year, that were kind of, as you could say, the mainstay in a way of the leadership role. Now it's on Rory and it's on Farrah, and they've handled it excellent. And they got a lot more pressure on them in a way of because how young the rest of the kids are and being new to the program. So I'm depending on them to be my voice also. Listen, these kids get tired of hearing me. But then when you have 2 young ladies like Rory and Farrah that have played so long for me, they know what I'm expecting, and they can be my other voice, and the kids will respond to them, and the kids have been responding to them. Rory's she's taken over. She's our go-to girl. looking to get her ball and score, and there's no pressure. She wants it. She's doing it, and she's doing it really well. So once again, I'm blessed to have a player like her.
I know you guys are 5-2, I think, in maybe 6.
No, I think
4-2. I think it was 5-2.
5-2. Okay.
I know Central Dauphin. That team's something special that you guys played at your tournament, and then Ursuline just came out and played. I thought one of their best games in the last couple of years on Saturday. But overall, there's been a lot of positives this year. Rory, talk about some of the positives you've seen from your team.
I think that with like the new girls that came, like Sid and Tavi, we are still getting used to playing with each other, but I think that we're gelling very well. So I think we're only going to get better for when playoff time comes.
How about you, Farrah?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing that Rory said, but like every day we come into practice just ready to work and play hard, listen to our coaches, and when game time comes, adjust to what they tell us to do and stuff like that. But we're only trying to get better every day. So
it's hard to believe it's the middle of January. You guys only played 7 games, but I know you've had some games that have been postponed or moved or whatever. But we're getting there, Dan. Eventually, we're going to get them all.
Yeah, we go on a string now where we start playing at least 2 and sometimes 3 games a week. I think we have one more week-long break where we don't play for a week, but. We had a couple games, like we were supposed to play last week. We were supposed to play Howard and Charter, and those games had to get moved towards the end of the year.
That was important to that Charter game. I was excited for that one.
I'll tell you what, I really feel for that school right now with what they're going
some
through.
Terrible circumstances over there.
So they need to take as long as they need to take to get that student body back into the right frame of mind.
So the main question for you guys is, do you prefer your coach with the paper mask or that wraparound that he usually wears in the game?
Definitely the paper mask.
You like the paper mask?
I like the Gator one that he wears.
You like the Gator?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to have a vote before the game tomorrow, and it's gonna be. Is Erica? How's she feeling? I know she got hurt at the.
She's fine.
Game.
It ended up luckily just being a bruise.
Oh, okay.
So nothing.
And that was real late in that game.
It was too late in that game for something like that to happen.
What happened? I'm not jinxing anybody here.
Right, but no, she was back last night playing and is completely healthy.
All right, so the two of you gotta tell your schoolmates why they need to stick around tomorrow afternoon and come on out to the St. E Center. So who's the salesperson here? Rory's going to do it. She's the senior.
I just think that this is probably one of the biggest games of the year, and I wouldn't want to miss it.
Well, you're not going to start.
We get out early tomorrow because we got midterms, so everyone should be at the game no matter what.
There you go. What else do we have?
And honestly, get out while you can, because who knows if we're going to be put on a restriction soon. So
I hope not.
As long as our school's allowing fans in, come out and watch it.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
I think that's.
I think that about does it. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining us. Obviously, a big game tomorrow. Wish you the best of luck. And
thank you for having us.
We'll be there and we'll be checking it out. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching that one tomorrow night. So we're excited for it.
5:30, right? 5:30 start at the St. Center.
Well, we're going to take another break here. When we come back, we got some more basketball talk here at Christiana Buffalo Wild Wings on Delaware Live Weekly. We'll be right back.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts, Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now. High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now. High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership. Whether you're planning to buy a home in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, let me walk you through the process from start to finish and get your questions answered. I'm a DHSA lender with down payment assistance programs or grant money. I can help those with less than perfect credit or those working on their credit. I'm also local and always have been. So call 302-563-5599 or visit bryans.loans.com when you are ready to get started on your road to homeownership.
Regulars have been enjoying Grain Craft Bar and Kitchen since 2015 for award-winning food, great drink selection, and live music. Now it's your turn. Bring your friends and family to our locations in Newark, Kennett Square, and our waterfront locations on the C&D Canal and in Lewis. Even your dogs are welcome on our heated patios. Enjoy lunch, dinner, or a weekend brunch that Elle Magazine said was one of the 50 best in the country, and find out for yourself what keeps people coming back to Grain. Not a regular? Stop in and we'll make you one.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison Jr. alongside Mike Lang and Jason Winchell. Just us three tonight. Nick Halliday on the ones and twos. And special thanks to St. Elizabeths and Caravel for joining us here in our interview portion of tonight's show. And a great matchup, guys, set for tomorrow. So make sure you check that one out at 5:30 p.m. You can catch that one right here. But, guys, should be a great one tomorrow night.
Yeah, sorry I hijacked those interviews, Nick.
That's why you know the team's better than probably anybody in the state, so that's why you're up here. But
yeah, they were great. Thanks to the Bucks and the Vikings. They were awesome. And they're always willing to help out, which is great.
Absolutely. They're great. And, Jay, should be a good one tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely, a top 5, top 6 battle, and, 2 of the better teams in the state. So I'm looking forward to it. And, it's at St. East tomorrow night, and as of now, full capacity there.
Yeah.
So I expect a full house there tomorrow.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask, absolutely. And now on to our new top 10 for this week, our girls basketball top 10. And Tower Hill, undefeated, 5-0 in the season, guys. They sneak in there at number 10 after being unranked last week. A couple teams move up. Seaford up to 9 from 10. Charter up to 8 from 9. Tatnall, they stay at 5-2. They're at 7. St. Elizabeths 6, and your top 5, Woodbridge 3-0, undefeated, but having just 3 games. Ursuline 5-3. They've been great as of late, especially in state. And Cape Penelope, Caravel, and Sanford, guys. That's our top 10 this week.
We were talking with Dan about Ursuline. I think that's a team that it's hard to believe it's been 6 years since their last state championship, but that is a program that is rising again, and I expect they're only going to get better. That's a team, Jay. Nobody going to want to play come tournament time.
Yeah, it's what they are. They're hitting their shots right now. They've been in the zone, and when they're hitting their shots, their defense is so good that when they're hitting those shots, they're tough team to beat.
It's a good team.
It's a really good team, and they have one of the best coaches in the state, Coach Noonan, and he has those girls ready to play this year, and that's going to be fun. I mean, their schedule gets tough coming up, so and most of those teams where we said 5-3, 6-4, all their losses are to out-of-state teams. A lot of these schools, so in state they're the these top 5, 6 schools. 7, I'll even throw Tatnall in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think all 7 of them have a chance this year, to make noise in that state tournament.
You're absolutely right, and obviously the rankings go in before yesterday and earlier in the week. On Sunday, that's when we get all those rankings together. 2 of those teams right at the cusp at 9 and 10. Tower Hill and Seaford, they were undefeated. They suffered losses earlier in the week, so they dropped to 5-1 and 6-1. Guys, you see maybe any teams now being able to hop into that top 10 now that those 2 teams dropped a game this past week?
I would throw Lake in there. I think Lake is still undefeated after their win. Another team, Smyrna. Smyrna's really having a great year, and they heading up to North, having some good wins. I think those are 2 teams to watch out for from the south, and then up here in the north, Conrad. Conrad's having a decent year for all the talent that they're missing this year. They're doing a really good job, and you got to watch out for some of those kids. That 9th grader Walker is just unbelievable player, having a great year, and they're 6-3. They're looking pretty good right now early in the season. They got a game against Padua tomorrow night that if we weren't doing our game tomorrow, that's probably a game I would want to go see.
I would say St. George's is really a good team to watch. I saw them earlier this year. They're pretty deep up in the starters. They got 4 really good starters, and they have a freshman on that team. And I'm going to cheat here and look up her name because I don't remember. But I know her nickname is Speedy, and I'm going to get you her name in a second because I think people deserve to know it. But I saw them. They beat Archmere earlier this season. That's the game where I saw them. But they have 2 losses. They lost to Charter, but they were missing, I believe, 4 starters in that game when they played Charter. But the Chastity Wilson is the girl I'm talking about. She's a freshman, and that's a name to remember for the next few years. But St. George's could easily jump into that top 10, especially with Seaford Tower going down yesterday.
Yeah, again, there you have. There's your new top 10 this week. Obviously subject to change on Sunday. A few teams dropping some of those games. And a big one tomorrow night. Obviously, that one could shake up the rankings as well. Now we're going to jump start here to our boys basketball top 10. A big week of basketball this past week. And again, a lot going on since the last time we were all able to get together. Different holiday tournaments, Slam Dunk at the Beach, Diamond State Classic, Viking Invitational. So here is our top 10 debuting here tonight at number 10. St. Mark's unranked last week, 5-1 at the time. Again, these are records at the time these rankings were done. St. Mark's 5-1. They slide in here at number 10 this week. Appoquinimink from 7 to 9. They're 5-1. Sally's again 2-6. But again, all those losses to out-of-state teams. They're still in the top 10 at number 8. Tower Hill at 7. Sanford at 6. There's your 10 through 6 range, guys.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, these rankings went into Sunday. And yesterday, Tower 6 and 7 played a double overtime.
What a game!
Thriller for Tower Hill. So Tower Hill win, and I think it's the first time they beat Sanford in over 25 years, Nick.
It was 23.
Tower Hill tweeted out 25 today.
Okay.
So that came from Tower Hill. Say day, 25 years.
Okay. Wow. Coach was wrong then, but that's fine. That's either it's a long time.
Again, how about that? Again, I wish we could have all been at that game, but what a game that was yesterday. Double overtime win for the Hillers. Now we look at the top 5. Seaford 2-2, tough loss to Middletown on Saturday. They are now at 5 position. Middletown at 4. William Penn still undefeated since we saw that Gabe Bauman buzzer beater. They have not lost a game. 6-0. They're at the 3 spot, moving up from number 4. Dover 5-1, big win over Smyrna earlier this week. They are at the 2 spot from 3, and then rounding out our top 10, a new number 1 this week and number 2 last week, and that is the Howard Wildcats 5-1. They picked up a win on Tuesday as well against Appoquinimink.
Penn and Middletown playing today, I believe.
Yeah, they're playing right now.
The game's probably over by now.
Yeah.
And, so
score check that.
We're trying to get an update, but Penn has Mount Pleasant on Friday, I believe, and that's
the game we're doing.
We're going to have that game, and William Penn's always so tough. But I think that game is at Penn, right? But
tonight they're at Middletown.
Friday
They're at Penn.
Middletown 66-46 over William Penn. 20-point victory.
Middletown really asserted themselves tonight, but so we'll see William Penn how they bounce back on Friday against Mount. Mount's always tough. New coach this year, some new players, but the Green Knights. The pride and joy of Nick Halliday, they're always tough.
Yeah, should be a good one again.
And Howard and Sanford on Tuesday.
I would say big game. Obviously, Howard and Sanford on Tuesday.
And then we'll have that one too.
Yeah,
so that should be another good one. We're excited for that one as well. But Howard, team we got to see at the Grail Sports Summer Shootout earlier. Again, they played back-to-back games. I've never seen a team do that. They played a game, waited 10 minutes, and played another game right after. It was crazy. But that's the kind of stamina that team that has. Yeah. That's the way they like to play basketball. And this year, they're really excelling. They're a top team in the state right now.
Yeah, one of the better defensive teams in the state. They'll put pressure on you for, Arkansas, they used to play that 40 minutes of pressure defense. Yeah. That's how Howard will play. They'll press you the whole game. They'll make you work for everything. It's a very high-paced, high-energy team. And I'm looking forward to it. I think Sanford will give them a test next week on the road. Sanford not an easy place to play, even with a fan restriction of 2 home fans per. I think that is a tough place to play.
Yeah, it is, and obviously we'll have new rankings before that game and after that. But how long do you see guys, Howard, maybe holding on to that top ranking? We've had a new team, it seems like every week, lead the top of our rankings. How long can Howard kind of hold that spot?
I was going to say longer than a week, but next week they have a Martin Luther King tournament game on Sunday, against a tough out-of-state team. Then they play Sanford. So next week they have a tough schedule. So I see them holding it for at least a week. But if they beat Sanford, out-of-state team, they're going to be tough haul to overturn that one. But this is one of the years where I think you'll see a lot of number 1 teams lose throughout the year.
And Mike, obviously some talented teams in the 6 through 10 range. Sanford at 6, just outside there. Any of those teams really strike you as someone that could maybe make a run come tournament time? Any of those teams you think could be a surprise team come tournament?
I've seen a lot of St. Mark's. I think they still have some things to work on, but they're very talented. They have a lot of guys who can score in that team and a lot of different options. So I think the Spartans could always jump. And it's about Apple. They're always good. They're always good. And I know we had the one loss we streamed the William Penn game.
Buzzer beater.
But I would never count Apple out of anything. So I think those two can move up. And I expect Sally's will, but not before next week's rankings.
So there you have it again, your basketball rankings for this week. Some great matchups coming up as well. Again, we'll be there Friday night for Mount Pleasant and William Penn, and then next Tuesday for Howard and Appoquinimix. So some stuff to look out for there. We're going to take another break here tonight. When we come back, some roundtable topics, a little discussion here on Delaware Live Sports.
And repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health screen craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, and Jason Winchell here to wrap up our first show in a little while. We got a few more topics to discuss.
First one in the new year.
That's right. How about that, Jay? Good call. First one of 2022, so hopefully we'll get started the right way and able to carry this momentum forward. But a lot going on and some topics kind of going around the state of Delaware right now with all the health and safety protocols, a lot of COVID hitting different programs, teams losing games, tournaments losing games, teams having postponed and canceled matchups. And, you know, a topic that a lot of people are talking about is should the DIAA revisit that minimum game possibility and maybe do an open tournament like we saw last year. A lot of people have, you know, are leaning each way in this topic. Jay, what do you think with all the stuff that's been going on here as of late, especially over the holidays?
Well, the thing is, some of these good teams might not get the 15. And then all of a sudden, now you're revisiting what happened in football last year, which the committees didn't want to have. And so now you're opening up a can of worms. And right now, we know the state's had a lot of cases. So there's programs that are going to miss a couple of weeks of basketball. That's just how it's going to be. So if they're not going to get the 15 games, all of a sudden you're going to say the Sanford boys are not in the tournament. Sorry. So they have a meeting coming up. I think they need to get it out there and make it. And just say, hey, look, listen, no minimum this year, and an open tournament. Last year, and just let the kids, you know, play it out and not worry about missing games because of safety protocols and stuff like that. Let's keep our kids safe, and let's not worry about minimum games. Let's have an open tournament like last year. It's one extra day.
Yeah,
and you know what? They're always looking at the money aspect. Now you have another day of games, bringing in more money. So it's a win-win for everybody involved. To kids that normally don't get to play in the tournament, get to play in the tournament, and you keep everyone involved. Again, just for this year because of the rise in the thing. That's all I'm suggesting.
And Jay, obviously, I mean, we've seen it just in that holiday period alone from December 22nd to right after the new year. You saw different tournaments having to cancel the whole tournament just because of the health and safety protocols and different COVID situations. Mike, do you agree with Jason? Do you think it should be an open tournament? Is there a number of games maybe you have in your head that you would suggest, or open tournament the way to go?
I'd like to see maybe 10. Yeah, maybe just so teams aren't taking just canceling games for no reason. Make them play. 10, I think, is reachable for everybody. If you can't get to 10 games, and maybe you shouldn't be playing in the postseason, but I love the idea of an open tournament. I'd like to see it stay permanent. I think it's a lot of fun. You know, I know they're looking at the number of running clocks, but you ask these kids who get to play in a state tournament, they love it. Hey, look, they're playing in the tournament, and
it's like a
let's
March
face it,
Madness field too.
who made it to the semis and the finals last year? The teams that should have made it. So, St. E's won a state championship last year. It wasn't the team seeded 42nd that somehow snuck through. It wasn't some 16 seed in the NCAA tournament getting through to the Final Four. It's not going to happen. The teams that deserve to be there are going to be there.
And another topic here, guys, we talked about the open tournament again. Now moving on here, so we're going to stay with basketball. Another topic here in the state of Delaware. We've seen it a few times over some of those holiday tournaments. And again, we have some of the best officials in the country here in Delaware. We love them to death. And one thing we've seen is the spin move being called a walk or a travel here all the time. It seems as soon as a player does a spin move, even if it's a good spin move, able to keep the dribble going and make a successful spin move attempt, we're seeing a lot of these calls a lot of those being called travels. What do you guys have to say about that? I know we've kind of had an inside discussion about it over and over again, but now putting it out there.
If they're dribbling the ball, it's not a travel, right?
Yeah.
It's simple, but I think they got it right in their head. They got in their head that they're used to calling it a walk, so they're not even focusing on the dribble and calling it a walk. If they're dribbling the ball, it's not a travel violation. So it's tough. I've seen teams from out of state come in and the kid does a spin move and they call it travel and he just looks at the ref like,
And is that a Delaware thing? I mean, we've been to games in other states. It might be a Delaware thing.
And I haven't seen it called as much as it is in our state. So, if they're dribbling a ball, it's not a travel violation. Now, if they're not dribbling,
exactly, it can be a travel, but not every time.
Right, not every time.
Mike,
That's
what do you
all.
think? Have you seen it?
Free the spin move.
Free the spin move. Free the spin move here. Nick Holiday back there as well. You got to free the spin move. That's something that we've kind of taken notice here in the last couple of years.
As soon as the body turns, boom, the whistle's
like almost as a player, you must have to adjust that part of your game entirely if you're able to get on the court. But again, if we had more time, we have a nice video we could have showed you and everything like that. So a lot going on, but we'll put it on YouTube, put it on social just to check it out. Spin move, though, if done successfully, is not a walk. So we're going to continue here now to our pick segment here quickly. We're going to get one pick from each of our guys here, Jason and Mike, as we propel then into top plays. We know everybody's favorite part of the show. So before we get there, guys, big week of basketball upcoming. One pick out of each of you. Jay, I'll start with you. What do you got for this week? What's your one pick?
Oh, an upset pick.
Upset pick with your one pick. How about that?
St. Elizabeths boys over St. Mark's.
There you go.
60. I can't remember what the score put in there, but I'll go. I know it was 3-point win for St. Elizabeths. I'll go 61-58.
There you go.
I didn't realize that. I picked the game from today. I thought that was tomorrow, but I got it right.
And it'll remain.
I'm going to give one of my upsets, and I'm going to go with the boys upset. I'm taking Sanford at home to beat Howard on Tuesday night.
Oh, well, that's a top-ranked team in the country.
I kind of liked what I saw last night with Sanford. They are at home, so I'm going to go with the Warriors. I got 62-53, but I'll be happy just to get the pick correct because I didn't do that well in the fall.
All right, well then, with that being said, it's time to move on to our top plays of the week. We've got 10 new ones. Again, we've been saving them for you. Want to debut them here tonight, and we're going to get started here at number 10. Again, week 4 of the winter season. Me and Mike going to bring these to you. Obviously, there you go. Brought to you by BSN Sports. Here we go. Middletown, Evan Sparks. Been around the Middletown program for a while, and he's going to have Tyrone Hinson here. Check out the pass. Nice move there. Use the eyes to the right. No look down low on the baseline for an easy 2.
All right, let's look at number 9. Here's a couple of 3 points for one for Seaford Brent Ricketts. And how far out is he? Well, he's that far out. That is long distance. That's more than your distance, your range there, Nick.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
And another one for Seaford. From the 10-foot line for volleyball. Boom. That's a lot. That should be a 5-point play.
Should.
On to number 8, Kai Rawls. Had a chance to check him out over the holidays. This is what he was up to the other day. Here's a drive. Find it to him. First quarter winding down. That's a deep 3, nothing but net. No hesitation at a Rawls.
Ties the game at 8 at the end of the first quarter.
That building looks familiar. Here's Jermai Herring for Sadie's. This, I believe, is
last play of the game.
The last play of the game. Jermai up, ball down. Maybe we'll see Rory do that tomorrow night.
Because with 0.1 of a second left, he just got it in time.
Darren Pope here at number 6 for Middletown, showing off the defense. We saw him on the football field make some big plays. How about that block there, covering some ground to swat that one away.
All right, another shot block coming. Justin Mullen, we know Justin from Salesianum against St. E's. Get that weak stuff out of here. Lamont Pierce didn't like that call.
On to number 4, Darion Williams from Salesianum. Here, check him out battling at the St. E's Center. Here he is at the foul line. Little head fake, gets in, takes some contact, hangs in the air, and able to finish. Darion Williams, big play that time.
That was a great finish.
I think Darion's an underrated player. All right, here we go. This is this a wrestling highlight?
Yes.
Here it is.
Check out the scramble, yeah, Dylan Knight. This one coming down to the wire. Del Castle Finals. This was an in overtime or sudden death overtime. Knight able to hold Williams right out there in overtime. What a win that was
Nick
in
had to do this
championship.
for wrestling. Where you go? Here's Salesianum. This is look at that save by Mullen. Isaiah Hinton catches around half court all alone. Down goes Slam.
Throw it down.
Isaiah Hinton, and he punches the end pad just for emphasis.
Gotta love the emotion there, right? You love to see it. On to number 1, Jaden McGee had a big game today in the win over William Penn. Here he is at our top play of the week. In transition, elevates, and he's going to throw it down with the left hand. Again, he caught a body that time underneath. Check it out in slow-mo. Elevates off 1 foot and able to throw it down with the left.
Awesome. All righty. Good to see top plays again.
There you go. Again, we're back. There are your top plays of week 4 here of the winter season. As we wrap up here, guys, any last words for
Yes,
everyone
I want to say happy birthday to Kevin Winchell.
His
birthday today, my brother. Happy birthday.
Hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Hope you're not watching us tonight. Hope you're out doing something.
He's probably still at work.
Oh, that's what we don't want to hear.
That's not good. Hey, I want to look. We're all tired of this, right? We're all tired of the mask. But seriously, if you want to see these kids play a full season, when you go to these gyms, just put the mask on and then just follow their instructions, please. We want to have a season. I don't like it. Nick doesn't like it. Jason doesn't like it. None of us like wearing these things. The kids don't like it. Just put it on until we get through the season.
Well, that'll do it for tonight's show. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday, and Pops all here. Happy to be back at the Christiana Buffalo Wild Wings. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, St. Elizabeths and Caravel, a fantastic matchup in girls basketball. We'll see you on Friday with William Penn and Mount Pleasant, then on Tuesday with Howard and Sanford. So it should be a great week of games lined up. If you can't make it out, make sure to check it out on Delaware Live Sports. If you can, wear your mask.
Yeah, and we'll see you here next Wednesday.
And we'll be back next Wednesday. Schedule's back on track, so we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.